score because they dominate. The only person is this fellow right here, Provo, can do anything about it. He's playing a great game, but he's only 1 against 3.
Cosgray made that by penetrating and then dishing off. Still a 2-point game. Rensselaer with the lead. In goes Hooker, put it on the floor. Provo blocked it off the glass.
Great defensive play. He's a big part of this team tonight because of the makeup of the two teams. His height is absolutely necessary.
Cosgray protecting the ball as he goes up for the shot, but Provo went over the back of Hooker, and Hooker will shoot 1 and 1. First foul on Trent Provo. And Gehring comes back in. Brandenburg's going to get a rest.
Littner gives him the luxury of having 4 front line men that he can rotate in and out. Littner not a tremendous scorer, but a real plugger and muscle man around the board. Picks up those key rebounds for you.
Hooker, the best free throw shooter on the Bomber Ball Club of their regulars at 77%. But he can only convert 1 of 2. Rensselaer's lead is 3. Inside of a minute now in the first quarter. Cosgray penetrates, misses the shot, but Weymouth is there for the follow. Now it's a 1-point game. Bill Zick up off the Rensselaer bench wanted a charge called on Cosgray. Swan through the double team. 25 seconds to go now. And a reach in over the back on Schaefer.
The Indians try to put the pressure on out front, disrupt that pass inside, and never got the job done. Rensselaer's guard took the challenge and got the pass inside. And that's going to be something to watch all night.
Hooker with another opportunity at the line. He's now 2 of 3 from there tonight after hitting 2 out of 4 today against Mountain Central. Rensselaer's lead back to 3 with 22 seconds left in the quarter. Cosgray up to Weymouth. On the far side, it's long. Thrown into the middle to Schaefer. Tried to get it back out. Here's Swan. Going in, misses the layup. Provo the rebound. And as the clock goes down to 0, the long shot, no good. And it's 19-16, Rensselaer at the end of 1. We'll be back with a second quarter from Crawley Center right after this.
These are pizzas. See this thing? Some pizza places try to tell you it's crust, but it's not. It's a pizza grip. Boo! Are pizza grips good or bad?
Bad!
And why are they bad?
Because the sauce stuff can't go all the way in.
This is a Pizza King pizza. It has no pizza grips.
Yay!
Pizza King, the pizza that's all pizza.
Yay!
I remember when I got my first checking account at First Federal. Also my first auto loan and my home mortgage as well. I even started my IRA there. To reflect the strength and growth in these and many other areas, First Federal is changing its name. The new name says what it's been to customers all along. First Bank of Lafayette. Yes, it's still the same fine institution, same friendly people and solid management, only now with the new name, First Bank of Lafayette.
Well, Bill, we said how important the point guards would be to set up the big men, and look at Cosgray here. Provo goes in for the basket as Cosgray penetrates.
Cosgrave is just coming around. He's just loosening up. He's the wheels behind the Indian team. Swan, a senior for Rensselaer, doing an outstanding job. That experience helps a lot. They got it in again.
Here's Hooker.
There's
into Gehring. And a 5-point lead for the Bombers, the biggest by either team this season. Provo leads Twin Lakes with 6 points. Hooker has 5 to lead Rensselaer. This is long out to Cosgrave. Rensselaer has 7 points at the foul line, too. Brandenburg high to grab the rebound with authority.
Man-to-man defense by both teams. Just before the quarter, Rensselaer went to a bit of zone.
Chapman
Good
dishes
feed.
to Gehring. Rick Snodgrass wants a timeout. We've played a minute here in the second quarter, and Rensselaer has opened up a 7-point bulge, 23-16 on Twin Lakes. We'll be back with more from Crawley Athletic Center right after this. Bill, I mentioned before the break, Twin Lakes and Rensselaer both shooting over 50% from the floor. They're getting high percentage shots like this.
I think that's due to the defense, Paul. I don't think the defense is really playing very tight, and possibly, I mean, we keep harping on this, but you can't ignore the fact that when you play 2 ball games in one day, you're going to be a bit tired. And I don't think the defense is really forcing the ball much. They're laying back and allowing the shot.
Josh Simpson back in for Twin Lakes. Provo shoots over Gehring and scores. So 8 points for the sophomore Provo, and it's back to a 5-point lead. Rensselaer up 23-18, as you can see there on your screen.
Provo's doing an outstanding job, but he's one against 3 in the rebound. There it is right there again. Good shot for Brandenburg.
And a steal by Kane. Waits for help, and the Bombers set up in the half court. Kane out of the corner. In and out. Long the rebound. This is Weymouth on the near side.
Weymouth has the green light.
Provo
Great block.
Looked like he walked. Rick Snodgrass up, wanted a foul.
Gehring doesn't have to get up too high. He reaches high enough, and he blocked that real well.
Gehring at 6'6", and Provo at 6'6".
Kane got too many people around the offensive man to throw it in there, and he forced it in, and it was batted away.
That's where Cosgrave's penetration makes a lot of difference. He's such an offensive threat when he gets in that they have to come around him. Now a foul on Gehring. After Weymouth missed, it's the second foul on big Steve Gehring.
Well, that's what I didn't see. Here's a replay of it. Maybe we can see what happened.
That'll make Provo that much more effective in the middle for Twin Lakes. There you see him pushing on Provo.
He rooted him out of there with his butt.
Still 23-18. The pass inside. Provo's turnaround is good. But
having a great night, Paul.
Gehring laid off of him a little bit there.
Bringing the Indians back.
23-20 now. Hooker throws it through Gehring, who didn't hang on to the ball.
And the Indians are bringing their defense back in there, sloughing in on the big guys, and Rensselaer continues to force it in, and they're not getting the job done. They've got to hit 1 or 2 shots from the outside to be effective.
Swan, I think, deflected that ball, and it rolled through a pair of red shoes and a pair of white shoes, and the ball goes to Rensselaer. Hard to tell who touched it last. Swan penetrates, and there, Hooker missed the shot, puts it back, and he gets fouled. It'll be on Provo. Second foul on the sophomore. Watch Hooker go back up with the ball.
Well, Simpson
Check that. They've given the foul to Simpson. As we look at the replay.
Simpson, yeah. He's about 5'8", weighs about 125 pounds, and he was up against Hooker, who was about 6'4".
It's the third foul on Josh Simpson, so he's down probably for the rest of the half. Rensselaer back up 6. There's Cosgray all the way to the basket.
Job. That's what they need from him. He's got to dominate the offense for Twin Lakes in handling the ball. They got to get it in his hands more.
Swan up top. Hayes will be on him. Driving to the baseline and back up. And a steal. Long knocked it away.
Great
Wisely
defense.
holds up.
Good defense by Twin Lakes. Sloughing back, going out on their man. Not allowing the pass inside. Great pass.
Good backdoor cut. Cosgray hit long, but Brandenburg there to block it, and Rensselaer's back on the attack. Gonna have a foul. It'll be a push on Hazelby. That'll be his third.
His third.
And Twin Lakes still not in the bonus yet, Bill. Watch Brandenburg's block there.
Way high in the air.
Good play by Lintner to catch the ball and stay in bounds.
Great athletic ability there. And he has enough weight in there to push around and do a lot of good also.
Swan starting to find the range from the foul line. He's now 3 of 7 tonight. Rensselaer is up 28-22, and they only credit him with 1 point on the 2 foul shots. Now they have corrected it. Rensselaer fans pointing at the scoreboard. Here's Twin Lakes down 6. Long drives cut off by Hooker, throws it in a great pass to Schaefer, and Provo, after Schaefer missed, gets his 12th point. 28-24. Swan picked up by Schaefer. Brandenburg.
Nice shovel pass.
Good spin by Cosgray, but Swan took it away from behind. Rensselaer led by as many as 7. Now they're looking to make it 8. Hooker inside, fouled by Provo.
And the other difficulty they have is they cannot afford to lose Provo, who's has been a stalwart in the middle, and he has to battle all those guys, and he is definitely going to have to watch himself because he's going to be picking up fouls.
Good look there at Rick Snodgrass, the coach of the Indians in his 2nd year. Both these coaches, Bill Zick of Rensselaer and Rick Snodgrass, both in their 2nd years of the program. Here's Long. Weymouth.
Yep.
This time he hits the 3. That's a big turnaround because now it's a 3-point deficit when it could have been 8.
Weymouth must get into the offense with a 3-point shot. They haven't been looking for him, and he really hasn't gotten his hands on the ball to this point.
He's been short with his shots. And the ball knocked away. Cosgray coming back on Swan, goes in and scores. It's a 1-point game with under 2 minutes to go until halftime. Twin Lakes back in a 2-3 zone now. Swan immediately shoots over it for 3.
He hasn't lost his touch.
Pretty good recognition by the senior. Here's Weymouth. Almost got the shooter's roll. Chapman back to Swan. Cosgray 2-on-1. Back to Long. Back to Cosgray for the layup and the foul. Littner fouled him. The basket is good. It's 33-31, and there you see Littner with the foul.
Good ball handling on a 2-on-1 situation, passing it back and forth. Cosgray, vital part of the team coming through now. The 1-point ball game, and they're slugging it out here right at the end of the half. The finesse is out the window. They're going up and down the floor and bombing away.
Twin Lakes still back in that zone, and Longinier steal. Rick Snodgrass spun twice like a whirling dervish in the coach's box.
Coach was afraid Long was going to get a technical there when he was disgusted with the situation and the call, and he might have been called for a technical by the referee. Coach Snodgrass got him to get the ball back to put it in the referee's hands as soon as possible.
Swan at the line, 1-and-1 in. Rattle it home. 34-32 Rensselaer now. With a minute 3 to go. Swan makes it a 3-point game again. We're under a minute. The pass into Provo, or rather into Jeff Peppel, and knocked away. Provo getting a rest here late in the half. Peppel in for him. Brandenburg goes up and lays it in. Back to a 5-point lead now for Rensselaer.
Swan doing an awfully fine job of running the Rensselaer ball club. Cosgrave coming through now for Twin Lakes. Great pass.
Swan
Hung it out there just beautifully.
And now it's a 7-point lead as Rensselaer with a flurry of points late in the half. Cosgrave penetrates. He's fouled. That's the 4th foul on Rensselaer this half.
Chapman hung that pass out on that break real well for Swan to run underneath. Twin Lakes has been whistled for 11 fouls in the half, Bill. Yeah, they may have some foul trouble as Provo's out of the ball game right now. And actually, they haven't missed him because it hasn't been a half-court ball game the last 3 or 4 minutes. It's been a run-and-shoot game, and they haven't set up enough where the Rensselaer height hasn't been that effective.
Rensselaer 7-point lead, matched its biggest of the night. Cosgray cuts it back to 5. Now with 11 seconds left, we'll see
if they get a good shot
what Rensselaer's able to do. Swan's on the bench now, getting a rest. This is Kane with 6. Chapman with 4. Brandenburg had it, lost it, Long out of bounds, and it's a 5-point game at halftime. So, pretty good ball game. Still pretty close, but Rensselaer's had the better of it thus far. The Bombers lead at the half, 39-34. We'll be back with some more halftime activities from Lafayette Jeff's Crawley Athletics.
Will is practicing his free throws for Bill Andrews' upcoming Supreme Shootout free throw contest this March 14th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come on out and give it your best shot. It's Bill Andrews' Supreme Shootout free throw contest. Try your luck. You might be the winner of a 1991 Cutlass Supreme. Come on out Thursday, March 14th between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. But watch out, Will is looking awful good.
This is the new generation.
Pretty simple to say, but last year over 500,000 people died.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I think the Rensselaer height has certainly had its effect in the ball game. There's no question about that. But I think near the end of the half, the reason Twin Lakes got back into the ball game is instead of playing a pattern slow down type of ball game where they could think about what they were doing, they got in a little ragtag type of ball, and I think that favors Twin Lakes. And Twin Lakes came back with their shooting and quick down the floor, and Cosgrave got into the play a little better. I think he plays better under those conditions. And therefore, they showed that they can win this ball game by coming back in the latter part of the half, even though Rensselaer has had a bit of a lead all the way through.
How about the foul discrepancy? Do you attribute that to Twin Lakes being maybe more aggressive on defense, or the fact that Rensselaer is getting the ball inside? Because a lot of Twin Lakes fouls were at the perimeter.
Well, I really think that from the fouling standpoint, I'm surprised that Rensselaer hasn't fouled more, because Twin Lakes is a bit quicker. But somewhere or another, they haven't positioned themselves properly, and it's gone the other way.
We'll be back with more from Crawley Center, including an interview with the 1991 Miss Basketball, Jennifer Jacoby of Rossville, so stay with us.
Good evening, I'm Kevin Dorr. Coming up tonight at 11, we'll report on the return of more troops to the U.S. They were welcomed by cheering crowds. We'll also report on plans to welcome home tomorrow the United States' former prisoners of war. And we'll show you groundbreaking for the Salvation Army's new headquarters and emergency shelter in Lafayette. And Ron Rhodes has the forecast.
That's right, the snow is moving out of the area, and what we have in store is plenty of sunshine tomorrow, but it will stay chilly. The temperature only around 40 degrees on the high.
And Paul Snyder has lots of basketball highlights tonight on Lafayette Live at 11.
For the windows you love, the windows you love, for the window that's easy to clean. Any window you need, get it at B-Window.
The more you buy, the more you save with B-Window's coupon sale. Save $150 to $2,500. Call B-Window for details.
Look for the bumblebee. That's Faber's B-Window. B-Window.
Welcome back at halftime, and our guest is Miss Basketball for 1991, Rossville's Jennifer Jacoby. We're really pleased that you were able to win the award. What is your initial reaction?
Definitely very surprised. I never thought in a million years I'd ever be wearing the #1 jersey in the state of Indiana. There's so many, high school girls in the state, and just to be able to win this honor and wear the #1 jersey is just. I'm just ecstatic. After I, came down off cloud 9, after I had been talking to him on Wednesday night, it was just, it's ecstatic. I told my parents, and my brother wasn't home. He went up to Wisconsin to visit with Brian Good, and he'd call me back like 1 in the morning, just to find out what happened, and just telling him, it's just great. I'm just really ecstatic.
What is it going to entail now for from now until the ball games at the end of June? I imagine you're going to be doing quite a bit of interviewing and that kind of thing, but is your schedule going to get very hectic now?
Definitely. I want to try out for the the sports festival team again, and that's in April 19, the 19th, 20th, and 21st, and with that, along with some of the, I think the camp starts June 9th, and the first game is at Marcus Square Arena June 15th, and in Kentucky in June 22nd. We just want to. I think it's been the last 2 years the girls haven't won a game yet, and we're just hoping. He asked, he goes, what do you think our chances are this year to win 2 games? And I definitely think we got a good shot. And I think the team the people that we have, and the people that they like the talent throughout the state. I think I'm really excited, and I'm just glad and happy to be wearing #1.
How about the Lady Boilermakers? Where do you think they're going to wind up in the NCAA?
Hopefully #1. They won tonight, I think 1 point, and they're just have a great team, and I just hope that they get a great bid tomorrow. I think the pairings come out tomorrow, and I'm just really excited about them and what to follow.
Well, you're a quality athlete joining in a great program. Congratulations once again on Miss Basketball. We'll look for you this June in the All-Star Games, and then this fall at Purdue. Jennifer Jacoby, Miss Basketball. We'll be back with more from the regional title game here at Crawley Center right after this.
Now you can save big on Goodyear Eagles and fly with the Eagles regardless of the weather. Your nearest McCord store has a big savings opportunity on the exciting Goodyear Eagle GT Plus 4. High performance and all-weather capabilities save on both in one remarkable tire. When you want your nearest McCord store and Goodyear to take you home in style, fly with the Eagle GT Plus 4. Let these McCord tire stores and Goodyear take you home in Lafayette and West Lafayette.
Well, looking at the score, 39-34 in favor of Rensselaer. The statistics tell the story in a couple areas, Bill. Both teams shooting very well from the floor. Twin Lakes 52%, Rensselaer 57%. Three-pointers, each team has one apiece. Free throws, though, the big difference. The Bombers have shot 18 foul shots, made 12. Twin Lakes has only shot 4 foul shots, made 3. Twin Lakes actually out-rebounding Rensselaer, 17-15, and the turnovers are even. Individually, Swan with 11, Hooker with 10, Gehring with 8, Brandenburg with 6 to lead Rensselaer. Provo and Cosgray with 12 and 11 respectively, doing the bulk of the offense for Twin Lakes. Weymouth with 5, but he could heat up in the second half. Provo with 6 rebounds, so the sophomore's really kind of carried the load himself inside for Twin Lakes and done a pretty decent job of it.
Yeah, they've got to have Weymouth scoring. He's a kind of a streaky shooter, I understand, and he's got to come to life for Twin Lakes offensively. I think it's surprising. Those statistics are surprising, and I think it to be just the opposite as far as rebounding is concerned and as far as the fouling is concerned, because Twin Lakes seem to be, although I guess I'm estimating the quickness of the Rensselaer guards. Swan is pretty quick guard, and I think he can draw a lot of the fouls. But Rensselaer is still very strong underneath, and that may be the biggest factor eventually in the ballgame.
When we come back, the second half from Crawley Center, Twin Lakes and Rensselaer with the Bombers on top by 5. Don't go away.
Coming to terms with grief. Part of a continuing series brought to you by Hippensteel Funeral Home.
Hope is like the sun, which as we journey toward it, casts the shadow of our burdens behind.
Hippensteel Funeral Home. Because we share your belief in the healing power of love and faith.
Center. Paul Stouter along with Bill Berberian. Have some music in my ear coming from somewhere, Bill. Anyway, Twin Lakes is going to put the ball in play down by 5, and the Indians or the Bombers are going to come away with their first regional title tonight.
Well, as I stated before, Twin Lakes, if they can keep them going up and down the floor with a run-and-shoot type of game, I think it's to their advantage. That negates the height, and Rensselaer has to have a little more composure, not let it get away from them, because they have a big advantage getting the ball inside on offense. The defenses haven't been great so far during the first half either.
Weymouth throws up a bomb that's errant from the outside, and Rensselaer comes back with a rebound. Both teams going with their starting 5. This is Swan.
This is the type of game that favors Rensselaer right here.
Brandenburg up top. Chapman drives off to Gehring, moves to the basket, and it's 41-34. The winner here will play the winner at Frankfort, where Brownsburg is up 12 on McCutcheon, 34-22. That game tipped off at the same time this one here did.
Rensselaer playing a loose man-to-man.
Cosgray, little juke step into the lane and in and out. Brandenburg another rebound. Long lead pass for Chapman. Over Provo with a left-hand layup. And just as we saw at the start of the second quarter, Bill, a quick time.